Continuing with the adhikara of striyam, which we started from 3394 going up to 33112. Let us now take the sutram 33100, which reads Krinyah Sha Cha. As per the Mahabhashyam, this sutram is split into two parts. The first part is Krinyah. The second part is Sha Cha. Let us look at why this is done. Vritti of this sutram says Krinya iti yoga vibhagaha. Yoga vibhaga is this technique of splitting a sutram into two parts so that we can explain the forms used in the language, because without doing yoga vibhagaha, these forms which are used in the language would have been ungrammatical. There would be no explanation for them. So that is when this yoga vibhagaha technique is resorted to. It's not something to be done all the time. In fact, it's to be done only when we have the authority from the bhashyam or from the commentators. So here the sutram is split into two parts, Krinyaha and Shacha. That is to enable the affix ktin to also apply following the verbal root kru, not just the affix kyap and sha. Let us see how this is done exactly. So the first part, Krinyaha, means Krinyaha kyap syat. Anuvritti of kyap is coming down from 3398. So the meaning of the first part is the affix kyap may be used following the verbal root kru, which of course we know decreeing karane from the tanadiganaha, to denote in the feminine gender anuvritti of striyam coming down from 3394, either the sense of the verbal root as having attained to a completed state, which is anuvritti of bhave coming down from 3318, or any karaka except the agent of the action, provided the word so derived is a proper name. That is anuvritti of akartrichakarake sanyayam coming down from 3319. That's the meaning of the first part. The second part, which is shacha, the vritti says chat ktin, means by the use of cha in this second part, shacha, we can also allow the affix ktin, the default affix ktin coming down from 3394 striyam ktin, to also apply. So the meaning of the second part is that the affix sha may also, means in addition to the affix ktin, the default affix ktin coming from 3394, be used following the verbal root kru in the same meaning, means bhave athava akartricha karake sanyayam. Now, if we did not split the sutram into two parts, what would have happened? We'd have only had Krinya Shacha as a single sutram, and that would allow us to only use the affix Sha, and then on the basis of the Cha in the sutram, we could only bring the affix Kyap from 3398. We would not have been able to allow the affix Ktin to also apply. So that is the reason of splitting this rule into two parts. So we take Krinya as the first part and use that part to prescribe the affix kyap, and then take Shacha as the second part to prescribe the affix sha as well as the affix ktin, the default ktin coming from 3394. So that's how we allow these three affixes to apply: kyap, sha as well as ktin, and of course in the sense of bhave or akartricha karake sanyaya. Let us take the example here in the sense of bhave. So let us take karanam, the act of doing, performing, action, and get the three forms kritya, kriya, and kriti derived from the same verbal root decreeing karane. Let's take the affix kyap first. Kru plus kyap. By this sutram 33100, the first part of this sutram kriya allows us to use this affix kyap. Remove the letters pakarasit sanya by halantyam, kakarasit sanya by lashakvat dite tasya lopaha. We got kru ya. At this point, kiniticha stops the gunadesha in place of the ending rukara of the angang kru. Gunadesha, which would have been done by sarvadhataka ardhadhatakayoho 7384, is stopped by 115 kiniticha because the affix kyap is a kit pratyaya. And now rasvasya piti kriti tuk, bringing the tuk agamaha because we have the rasva rikaraha followed by the pratyaya kyap, which has the krit sanya, because this sutram is in the adhikara of kridating, which starts from 3193 to end of chapter 3, and the affix kyap is a pit affix, so the rikaraha takes the tuk agamaha. We get kru tuk ya. As per 1146 adyantau takitau, the tuk agamaha joins at the end of the rikaraha, joins after the rikaraha. So we got kru tuk ya. Remove these letters ukarasit sanya by upadeshe jananasika it 132, and then kakarasit sanya by halantyam tasya lopaha. We got krit here. As usual, add the affix stop by ajadyata stop in the feminine gender. Remove the letters pakarasit sanya by halantyam, takarasit sanya by chutu tasya lopaha. Then akasavani dirgha, so we get kritya. Kritya gets a pratipadika sanya by krit, that is the samasascha 1 to 46. This is the case in which we add the affix kyap. Kyapakshe. Now, when we add the affix sh, then we get kr plus sh by the same sutram 33100. Second part of the sutram is sh cha. So we can apply the affix sh as well as the affix ktin. When we apply the affix sh, we get kr sh. Now at this stage, since we are using this pratyaha bhave to denote the sense of the verbal root as having attained to a completed state, which is bhave, we get the affix yak in between there by sarvadhatuke yak. 3167. Anuvritti of bhavakarmano is coming down from 3166 to 3167. Here the affix sh is being used bhave, so therefore the affix yak comes in between by 3167. So we get kr yak sh. Let's not forget that the affix sh has the sanya of sarvadhatukam by tingshit sarvadhatukam. That allows 6167 sarvadhatuke yak to apply. Now, remove these letters kakarasit sanya by halantyam, then the shakara of the affix sh gets its sanya by lashakvataditetasya lopaha, and we get kr ya a. Now, remember that 115 kiniticha stops the gunadeshaha, which would have been done in place of the ending rukara of kr by sarvadhatuka ardhataka yoho 7384, that is stopped by kiniticha 115 because the affix yak is a kit affix. Now comes the sutram 7428, ring sha yag ling shu. That sutram prescribes the ring adeshaha in place of the angam kr when followed by either the affix sh or yak or the ardhatuka ling affix. Right now we have the affix yak. Now this ring adeshaha, the ending ngakaraha, is a it by halantyam, and therefore by 1153 the paribhasha sutram nitcha, only the ending rikara of the angam gets replaced by ring, not the entire angam kru. Normally by anekalchit sarvasya, when we have a adeshaha which has more than one letter like ring, it has two letters, rephaha and ikaraha. Removing the letter ngakaraha, we have two letters remaining which are the rephaha and ikaraha. So normally by 1155 anekalchit sarvasya, the entire term kru would have been replaced, but then Panini has used the kavarga panchamaha ngakara as a it in ring, so only the ending rikara of kru gets replaced. So we get k ring ya a, and the remove the letter, the ending ngakara of ring gets its sanya bhalantyam tasya lopaha. We got kri ya a. At this point between the akara at the end of ya and the falling akara of the affix sh, we apply atogune and get pura prayoho ekadesha as the pararupam ekadesha. So we get kri ya. And as usual, add the affix stop in the feminine gender by ajadyata stop. So we get kri ya top. Remove the letters pakarasit sanya by halantyam, takarasit sanya by chutu tasya lopaha. We get kri ya a. Akasarme dirgha, we get kriya, which gets the pratipadika sanya by krit tadita samasascha. Both kritya and kriya decline like rama shabdaha. Then bring in the affix ktin, the default ktin, because after yoga vibhagaha, the second part sh cha, on the basis of the ch, we can bring in the affix ktin also, coming down from 3394 striyam ktin. We start with kr plus ktin. By the process of yoga vibhagaha, the second part sh cha, that ch in the second part allows us to bring us the affix ktin by the same sutram. And now we have kr plus ktin. Remove these letters nakarasit sanya by halantyam, kakarasit sanya by lashakvataditetasya lopaha, kr ti, and here the gunadesha which would have been done by sarvadhataka ardhataka yoho in place of the ending rikara of kr, that is stopped by kiniticha because the affix ktin is a kit affix, and we get the pratipadikam kriti. It's a pratipadika sanya by krit tadita samasascha. So this is how we get these three forms. We get kritya when we use the affix kyap, we get kriya when we use the affix sh, and because of yoga vibhagaha, we can also use the affix ktin and get the form kriti.